Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Food School Smarter, Stronger, Leaner podcast on a mission to change the way the world eats. My name is Shurina, and I'm a certified nutritionist, health, nutrition, brain performance, productivity coach, and just someone with a lot of passion for helping you guys to learn how to use nutrition as a precise tool to feel, look, and do your best. Guys, today is Tuesday and we are back to our home ground in Playa del Carmen. If there is something the trip taught me, is that how lucky I am to live in this beautiful city in Mexico that's like no other place in Mexico. And guys, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that Mexico in some way bad or something. No, what I'm saying is that in most of Mexico, I think I would feel a lot out of place. Like the way I look, because I don't speak Spanish, my culture is so much different. And also I love cities with more of a chill vibe and more structured. Like a lot of Mexican cities, I suppose, have much less structure, has just not as developed. And then also again, I don't like to have this feeling that I'm kind of like the only foreigner for miles across around me, right? So in Playa del Carmen, you feel like home because there are people from all over the world. There is kind of like equal mix of local Mexican people, not necessarily from the city, but from Mexico. And then there are people from US, from Canada, from Europe, from UK, from Russia, from all over the place, right? And that's why it feels so amazing here. And plus, things made so convenient here, and the beach, and the street I live in, it's a walking street. There are no cars, so I just feel so lucky right now that I am here and not somewhere else, and that this is the city that I chose to live in. So just a lot of appreciation. And besides that, I wanted to share with you today how I usually eat while I travel, especially when you travel and you don't have time to chill and choose, restaurants and places to eat. Sometimes people ask me, Angela, why don't you just eat outside when you travel? Well, first of all, most of the places outside, if you just pick a random place, they will not have any nutrient dense meals that would make me feel good, that will support my health, my productivity, my well-being. And to get a better place, I'll need to do research and then, read reviews and menus, and it will take heck a lot of time. And I don't have that time often. I don't want to be spending it on researching restaurants, right? So what I do when I travel is I find some chain big supermarkets. Here in Mexico, I found a couple of good ones that are local, like Shurina and Chedraui. I'm not sure how local they are, but they're here. And as far as I know, I've never seen them in UK or US, right? So I like this chain supermarkets because I know approximately what the quality of produce is, of different products, foods, where I can find things, what things I can find. And here, I've already shopped, in Playa del Carmen in them. And so when I went to Merida, I knew that I would find similar products and similar selection. And so what I did is I packed up some food going there. So on Saturday afternoon, I took a bus and I picked up some fruits, some easy to eat vegetables like carrots, cherry tomatoes, bell peppers that, require very little cooking. You can even just wash them and eat them like they are without knives or any utensils whatsoever. Some avocados for healthy fats, fiber, potassium. I packed up some canned seafood that is very convenient and full of nutrients. I usually pack my sardines for, calcium, minerals, protein, omega-3s. If I can find, I also get some canned or jarred mussels that also have a lot of nutrition, a little bit of omega-3s and great protein, but also zinc, iodine, iron, a lot of minerals. Some mussels, and to bump up my protein, I usually just stick with tuna, old good tuna that packs up about 26 grams of protein per 3.5 ounces, or about 100 grams. So it's a very good, dense protein source, and very easy to eat and quite enjoyable if you ask me. Sometimes I put it in my bell pepper, like stuffing it and just eat it like that, kind of like a wrap in a bell pepper. So that's what I packed with me. When I arrived to Merida, I looked up locations of grocery stores. I found Shurina that was not that far. And that's where I shopped on Sunday after I did all the errands, like doing my podcast, writing, and preparing all the documents for the consulate. That's why I went to Merida, to go to U.S. consulate to submit papers for my visa. Right, so I got all that done, and then I went shopping, and I got some fruits, some canned seafood, some easy to eat vegetables for the day, for that day, and then also for half of the day and for the road the next day. So in the morning I had my interviewer on Monday, and 12:47 I had a bus back to Playa del Carmen. I also got yogurt as usual. Guys, by the way, about yogurt, if you travel to a location where you're not sure of quality of food, especially, or maybe there is different bacteria on foods, because whether we want it or not, we're gonna pick up some local bacteria. So if you want to avoid a lot of indigestion or gut problems, toilet problems, then I highly recommend you to get some yogurt. Like, I usually stick with about 400 or 500 milliliters of yogurt. It's more than a pound. How many ounces? I'm not sure. I forgot. Maybe like 16 or something. So a lot of yogurt or kefir with a lot of live bacteria without added sugars, all that crap, it will help your good gut bacteria to outnumber any other foreign invaders or new bacteria, and you will avoid digestive or bathroom problems or gut problems much better than if you were to not have yogurt. And here in Mexico, I often hear about food poisoning, and when I ask people whether they eat yogurt or some sort of probiotic food on a regular basis or not, usually people who get the most poisonings are the people who do not eat any probiotic foods. And it seems that amount matters, guys. So specifically, the more you eat of those good gut bacteria that make our gut, peaceful and everything run smoothly. So the more of those bacteria you introduce with probiotic-rich foods like yogurt, so it's not like 1 or 2 spoons. You need to eat a lot. Like, again, I recommend 400 or 500 milliliters. And in the studies, that's also what they show, that what has the most effect on our gut microflora is a lot of probiotic foods eaten on a regular basis. So eat a lot of, again, yogurt, for example, because it's an easy food to get anywhere. Again, just make sure that they have live probiotic bacteria, and also make sure to not have any added sugars or any preservatives, different words like maltodextrin. Ideally, your yogurt has 2 ingredients: milk of some sort and bacteria. That's it. That's all it takes to make yogurt. And that's the one that I usually get here in Mexico. So I got a bunch of yogurt I ate before I went to Merida. I had 1 yogurt on Sunday and 1 big yogurt on Monday. And today, of course, I'm also going to have some yogurt, a lot of it. So don't forget about yogurt. Canned food is amazing. Things like avocados, bell peppers, carrots, cherry tomatoes. This time, I didn't even have fridge in my hotel. Right, so I just got the fruit and veg that I knew would last me for a couple of days without fridge. I had good air conditioning in my room, so it wasn't like super hot. And yogurt also for 24 hours can last without the fridge, no problem. And that's it. I would eat as usual. About 1 p.m. would be my breakfast, usually fruit, bananas, pears, plums. I also found some blueberries and strawberries, fresh ones. So that was amazing. I would follow it up with yogurt, and usually a little bit later have some tuna for protein. And then for my dinner, more seafood, more sardines, more tuna, if I can find boiled eggs, I also would buy those. And vegetables, some cherry tomatoes, carrots, if I find, or I also found alfalfa sprouts that I also got that were pretty nice. So that also, it's never enough. It never can be bad to add additional antioxidants and all these phytochemicals that are so good for our health, especially long term. They're kind of like tiny stressors. That's hormesis. I don't know if you know this term, but hormesis is a little bit of stress for the system or the organism with long-term benefits. It's like exercise. It's actually exercises, especially high intensity. It's quite stressful on your body while you're doing that, but long-term effects make your body and cells resilient and make you stronger and better and healthier and fitter, right? So the same with vegetables, actually. If you didn't know that, vegetables are like small punch of stress on your plate because vegetables create a lot of phytochemicals to defend themselves. And when we eat them, it's like a little bit of stressor on molecular level to our cells. And that long-term makes us more resilient and healthier and fitter. And also they say might help you to lose some fat because again, it challenges our metabolism in a specific way. And that's my routine, guys. And I find it very easy to maintain. Doesn't matter where I go. I don't know if I go to some desert, maybe it's not, or maybe to Nepal, to those like countries and places where you don't get a lot of like supermarkets, but usually people there eat quite healthy because they didn't have a lot of research, so they just do minimal cooking to get the nutrients from their food, and that's it. So I'll find a solution, but that's my usual routine. Again, fruit, yogurt, easy to eat vegetables. By the way, this time I didn't even have spoons. I had one spoon with me. That was it. I didn't have knives, nothing. Nobody spoke English, so whatever I could, I ate, with my mouth, with my hands, with that spoon. That was it. So you can do it anywhere. Again, fruit, yogurt for breakfast, a little bit later some tuna, later for my dinner, avocados, sardines, canned sardines, some more tuna if I could find boiled eggs, carrots, bell peppers, cherry tomatoes, whatever, easy to eat vegetables you can find. Sometimes I would even get spinach and chew on that. So that also can be done. And that mix of foods actually creates quite a good balanced nutritional profile to support your health. Well, guys, also don't forget about your supplements. That's where supplements really do come in handy when you travel. I never forget my supplements because again, when you travel, you just never know what you're going to get. So supplements come in handy then and there. So I get my multivitamin, I get my omega-3s, my B complex, L-carnitine, alpha GPC, zinc, especially zinc. Now that you travel, COVID times, you just never know when you can experience the virus. So some additional zinc is helpful. So don't skip your multivitamin for that reason also. But I also take additional zinc, 20 milligrams in the morning, 20 milligrams later in the afternoon, maybe like 4 or 5 p.m. Again, just to have additional protection. So because zinc is needed to make certain proteins to fight off the infections. And also there is vitamin A that is needed for that. And vitamin D that we get from the sun helps. So but just take your multivitamins, take your zinc, take your omega-3s, take your multiminerals, magnesium, all of that. It will be helpful. Especially, again, if you want to stay productive, if you want to be active, if you want to sleep well so you can enjoy your day, whatever it brings to the fullest when you travel, don't skip your supplements. One hack. I don't take all the bottles of my supplements. I usually get Ziploc containers and smaller or bigger, or there are some supplement boxes and I put all of my supplements there and I take that with me. I don't travel with all of this bunch of bottles. So that's another travel hack for supplements. And that's it, guys. The rest of the routine I try to keep very regular. My waking up time, my going to bed time. I make sure I don't expose as much as possible myself to bright light. This time I had this bright lamp in my room. but I modified it to make it night friendly. I put a bunch of pillowcases on it, and instead of blue light, now it had this orange yellow light from under the pillowcases. So I find a way, and you can too, when you are creative and when you know all the foundational things that will ensure a good night's sleep. That's where the foundation for the next day productivity, right? And to enjoy the day. Good night's sleep, good nutrition. For the exercise, I usually make sure to do my morning walks, my night walks, my what else do? I do some sort of exercise. I have my on-demand workouts on my phone, but also I have yoga on my laptop, so I do that. There are all kinds of stuff you can do. You can do body weight, a lot of body weight workouts. So I usually exercise every single day. I get things done. I go for my morning walks to expose myself to sun as usual. And once you have this routine, easy to maintain anywhere, you'll enjoy and get things done in such a more effective, efficient, and enjoyable manner that you'll be surprised, why you didn't do that before. But I think we all need to learn it and then practice. And with practice, we get better. One lesson for myself from this trip, I do need to get my blue light blocking glasses, those red things for when I have to go through a lot of brightly lit places, like maybe hotel lobbies or airports or bus station, and it might be closer to my bedtime, so I need to get those. And plus, you never know what kind of lighting they have at your hotel. Like my hotel wasn't that great, but wasn't that good either. So blue light blocking glasses, that's my neck upgrade for the next trip. That's it for today, guys. I hope you found a lot of useful tips and pieces of healthy brain enhancing advice here. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. By the way, I have a new email, so send me email there, angela@brainbreakthroughcoach.com. The old one works too, but that is the new one for my brain performance, brain productivity coaching. If you have any questions, or my Instagram @1000yearyoung, don't forget to check out all the upcoming classes for productivity for digital nomads, for remote teams, to cancel brain fog and get focused. All of these online live classes, they're actually going to be live, are available in the show notes. I have different dates, so sign up. It's going to be awesome. You get to ask all of your questions, and I personally follow through and make sure you know exactly how to apply that to any life situation or business challenge. So it's all focused on brain productivity, lifestyle, and nutrition. I connect the neuroscience of high performance with lifestyle and nutrition pieces. Get in touch, ask questions, join my classes, and till next time, as usual, guys, eat better daily.